What's happening, people? Welcome back. What's happening, people? Welcome back. Today, we are talking about why jobs are not forever anymore in the UK. If it's your first time being here, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Right, let's get on with the video. Over 90,000 people has lost their job between August 2024 to August 2025. The average time for people to be staying in a job, yeah, is 4 years now. None of this 10-year business, none of this golden pen. Forget it. Times have changed completely, right? We got cuts when it comes to pay, and we've got AI replacement roles. Yeah, moving fast. That's right, people. Um, I wanted to give my personal opinion on things like this because what I do as a tradesperson definitely does get affected by job loss, people coming in and out, businesses having money, people being able to afford your services. So, of course, it was something which I have been seeing on social. I saw loads of females and some males sometimes saying, I've lost my job, like blah, blah, blah. So I thought, this is really going on, isn't it? We're really in a time when a job is not forever. As you can see, the average person stays in their job for 4 years now, and it's not 10, it's not 15, and it's not 20 years anymore. So companies are changing, people are losing positions, people are being cut because of pay cuts. Yeah, everything is expensive. Inflation is out of this world. It costs you so much to get to work. You'd be saying nowadays, let me work from home. And if you can work remotely, that is kind of the thing to do at the end of the day. Just want to make sure my mic volume is proper. Yeah, just give it a little tad gain so you guys can hear me, right? So when I looked at this information, I thought to myself, oh, it's not just us that think there's something wrong with the individual who is working there, saying to themselves, maybe John or Steve or Adam, they're not a good worker. You would think that sometimes, but really, people have no intentions to keep you on long term, yeah? And they do play you about, it happens to a lot of people I've seen before, right? But we got to do what we got to do. And if people got to let you go, so be it, man. Do you know what I mean? Don't hold on to that feeling. At the end of the day, a workplace is not guaranteed to do anything but try to pay you. Yeah? They don't care about your future. I've said this before many a times, like a lot of companies view people like ants. Yeah? And ants can be replaced because you're just a worker. And being just a worker doesn't allow you to have this solid relationship which some people feel like they do have with their boss or their company, right? That we sometimes hold an allegiance to those types of people because, quote unquote, they've been good to you, what paid you on time, done the things what they were supposed to do, which it said in the contract. Come on, man. All of us say at places asking for cucumber sandwiches. Do you get it, with our hands out? Some of us have realized, smell the coffee, understand what's going on. Society, things are changing, isn't it? People are starting to explore other revenues of earnings, and that's what's got some people upset. And we definitely do have to talk about the AI situation, yeah, because it's an epidemic, right? AI content I've been seeing flying about. AI when it comes to chat GP, helping people to do daily tasks and things which they could research, but they choose not to. and they choose to use ChatGPT. I also use ChatGPT to write things out, descriptions. It takes a long time. It makes the process a lot quicker. I see it as shaving time, but I do understand that it goes wrong sometimes. Do you get it? I've had conversations with my own AI, ChatGPT on my phone, and I've realized it doesn't always give you the precise information. So mind out. You've been told. You could write something wrong. When I've asked it plumbing questions, it didn't know. And then when I said the answer, I said, "Oh yeah, 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 you're right." So we can't take everything from that. You get it? All these things are man-made, isn't it? They all can be destructive at some point. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that AI um documentary or that thing what's out recently on YouTube. Yeah, they set up an AI program software, and it is allowed to access a workplace's data, right? And this data says in an email that we're going to shut down the AI. The AI does everything in its power to not get shut down. It even blackmails the people who work there by going through their emails and saying Steve is having an affair with Sarah. And if you don't want it to get out, you better cancel the end of the AI. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you stuff I've already seen. So AI isn't perfect because it still moves off of emotion. It's weird to say that, but a computer, an AI thing is going to move off emotions. It's going to read through people. It's going to ruin a lot of people's lives later down the line. Mark my words. I stand by it. You know, people might think it makes things more efficient and stuff like that, but it's going to ruin people's lives. Guaranteed, I said that. I stand on that, and I'm gonna look at this video years later, and I'll be like, "Look, remember when I said AI was gonna ruin people's lives? There you go." Make sure you like and share, people, because if I don't tell you to subscribe, I know you're not gonna do it. So subscribe, join my community. My community is about obviously real life things, what happen like this, and how it affects us as people. So jobs and working is something that most of us do, most of us need to provide by working. And how do we find corners or loopholes around that type of shit? What we do is we start looking for a part-time job. What we do is start looking for a more stable job, a job which has a lot more um, longevity. When I go to places as someone who's looking for full-time employment, I ask relative questions. I actually have like 10 questions which I'll ask, and they're all going to be different and tailored to that company or to that specific person, right? So I might ask them, and I asked someone this most recently in an interview. I said, "What's your relationship like with the contracts managers and the people who are your boss, basically?" "Oh, it's really good. We get along really well. We have a good understanding." Okay, so why did you tell me a month later that the contract is up for tender, meaning that the positions are not safe? You would have known this before, innit? So therefore, it's a communication thing with you. But I expect people to play the fool at workplaces and stuff like that. Playing dumb at work is like the new rookie. Like people used to like bank off of work, but now they just play dumb when they're there. So for me, it makes me scratch my head because I think to myself, you know what? All this games at work, yeah. Why? Why can't we just crack on with work like what we came to do? But people come to do ulterior motives inside workplaces nowadays, man. I stand by that, man. People mess with people's emotions because they're in the place of power. I mean, it's not always the greatest environment to be around. I got a cousin, yeah, and my nan used to say to me, "Oh, I wish your cousin was working," and blah blah blah. And I used to say to my nan, "You know what? The people inside the workplace, I wouldn't want them around my cousin because they are very manipulative and they are just not right people sometimes. They've always got something else, ulterior motive going on in their head. Like, and my cousin's not very well, he's been on medication since he's been younger. So, you know, I think it was a good thing to him to possibly explore, but I just don't feel that the people in that environment will be the best for him. So us as people, where do we go from here, innit? We look for other avenues, innit? Social media is a great way to earn revenue and earn money, right? I'm gonna say that because I've been doing it for the last 10 years and saying to myself that I want to wean away from being reliant on a 9 to 5 job because it seems like it's not solid anymore. It seems like I could work an agency job, which I've spoke about before, and earn way more money than people who are working a 9 to 5 with the security of having sick pay. Sick pay is shit. Do you get it? Let you get hurt at work or need to go something or need to go for some reason, they will have some type of big problem with you. I've seen so many workplaces be begrudgeful towards people that work for them because they're doing well in life or they've got something going on. You know, I've been working from the time of not showing your car. Like I used to work for some workplaces, yeah. And if you got a nice car as like a young black man, yeah, they'll tell you, like park your car around the back because don't let Donald see that car. Why? Because like he'll think that you're getting too much money. What the hell has it got to do with Donald? But he's just like that. That's weird. That is weird. Even when you used to try to explain, it's not mine, it's someone else's. Oh no, just do it, man, because I know what he's like. I've heard him say comments about other people. Raw. That's the type of people you're dealing with, and that's on a day in day out occurrence. And that's just the iceberg of some shit what happens to you when you're in the UK working. And I'm speaking for myself. I don't know about other people. I know we've all got a story. I would definitely encourage you to share it in the comment section if you've got one of those weird stories of you working at a workplace and someone lets you go for whatever reason, and later down the line you kind of find out why you was let go. And when you look at the reason, it's not justifiable due to your work, your attitude, your attendance. It's nothing to do with that at all. I actually had a job where for 6 months, I never had any days off just because I wanted to make a good impression to them. For them later to put me forward through a level of, I had an investigation on me. An investigation was because one of my managers said to me, Jay, I'm not racist. I got black mates. And then they asked me to come to a meeting to discuss it. What do we need to discuss it for? I didn't say it. Do you lot have zero training on how to deal with things like this? What happened? The workplace is not getting more advanced, it's getting dumber. Do you know what I mean? It's simple. I've met so many individuals who have these wild stories about being inside the workplace and meeting some type of John Wayne foolish character who's just on nonsense. Do you get it? Like, I try to avoid those people like the plague. Those people for me, I know are not my type of people. So I really am an advocate for forget them boys, forget them girls. Like I've had some female managers and they ain't got a foggiest what to do within managing people. They've just got the job, no experience, And now they're there expecting the workplace to carry the load, but also help them get paid. It's mad. Like the amount of times that I've seen that. And I could have documented it, but I thought to myself, you know what? People are trying, you know. But at the end of the day, that's the same person who will fucking get rid of you. Same fucking person. Oh yeah, I don't think it's working out. It's not been working out since the minute you touched it. But no one said that. Everyone's kind of let you get on with it. But with you as an individual, as the worker, it's a bit different because there is not that level of respect for you as a person. I said in the beginning, people view people in the workplace like ants. Ants. If you don't want some ants inside your workplace, what do? You just step on it, you remove it, you take it out. That's how they're dealing with people. Regardless of your situation, if you've got a child, regardless of your situation, if you've got a mortgage, they don't care. And it's hard for us as normal thinking people to accept that someone else that you spend 40 hours a week with doesn't give a fuck about you. They don't care. They don't care if they're going to the shop with you. They do not care if you're enjoying your experience inside the workplace. They would rather you struggle. It makes sense for you struggling for them and being reliant on them because it builds a level of fear. And that's what most of these places work on, fear of people losing the job. If you have security within yourself, whether that be money, whether that be other avenues of making money or having a job, your attitude is a little bit different. My attitude is a little bit different. It has been for years because I have done social media for so long. I've been able to make time for what used to be just a hobby, but now is like a paying hobby to where not I can say, oh, I'm never working again. Don't be silly. I'm not at that point yet. But I do plan to be at that point because I've realized how much things have changed. And I do not be blind to statistics, what I see in front of my eyes. When I started this video, yeah, I told you 90,000 people have lost their jobs between August 2024 to 2025. The average person stays in a job in the UK 4 years. 4 years. That's not a long time. So you start dating your girl, get engaged with your girl after 3 years. You even thought about trying to stack some bread for a wedding. But after that, the only person that stays with you is your girl. The job, it goes. I've just told you the average thing is 4 years. People get this thing misconstrued to think that we are going to be here for a lifetime. There are a lot of things in life which are not for a lifetime. Yeah. Work seems to become one of them. There are so many people, like I've said before, doing career paths and changing what they do. I met a mailman who used to work for Royal Mail. I know that Royal Mail have a good pension. I don't know if they pay a lot. I'm not really sure. I think they just pay just below average and all that. I'm not sure. I'm not anyone tell me if Royal Mail pays well. But he works for Royal Mail and he studied to become a plumber. He was very smart. And he said that I'm gonna do the plumbing while I do my day job. And I was like, interesting. It's interesting that at a later time in your life you would choose to start something like this, but it gives you a lot of stability, you know, like I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, by having a trade you'll never be out of the job. Some of it is true to the factor you can always be working because there's shitloads of work out there and there's shit tradespeople. That's the truth. There's more people trying to get into trades who are unqualified and don't have the qualifications. So it pushes up the spend of people who do have the qualifications and makes them more valuable. But those people just like myself, can choose not to be in it or to be in it. To be or not to be. I choose sometimes not to be because the deal what's on the table is not a full package. It's not anything. It's a fucking wrapped up Christmas present which has been passed around. It's an old bottle of Lambrini, basically. If you lot are old enough to know what Lambrini is, when Iceland used to sell it, it's one of them. That's what it is. It's not what it used to be. Don't get me wrong. Not having a job puts you in a terrible place in life, but thinking that we're gonna be going to Christmas parties forever with Susie and Smelly, what's her name from the office. You're not. That's the truth, man. Things change. So many companies are either getting smaller, losing their offices, asking people to work remotely. All these things happen, and it just fizzles out the production line or the workforce line which was there before. And sometimes it's a shame, because I think a lot of people like myself, we hold sometimes attachments to jobs. Like, you look at a job and be like, you got a locker there, you got your stuff there. It's an environment which you like going in, you feel comfortable. But the trick of the story is don't let yourself get fucking comfy. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is you holding on to or starting to build emotions for things. I don't hold on to any workplace because I could not be there if I knew there was a better deal somewhere else. Because if they could find a better deal within the 4 years, they will replace me, whether it's a cheaper option or an option which is more manageable. Because sometimes I can be not really that great to manage. I'm not gonna lie. I don't be difficult on purpose. I just let people know I'm not here for none of your bullshit. Not here for it. Not doing it. I'm not being super acceptance of you not knowing something when we're in a workplace, because it's your job to know that. It's my job to know what I know, and it's my job to be health and safety first. It's my job for me to understand what I'm doing, to be there on time, to have a good attitude, all of these things. Other things, what is their job to do? Like have correct training on things when your manager tells you, I'm not racist. I got black mates. You've had no training on any of that, equality, anything. I expect that from England at points, to be honest with you. Let's just keep it fucking real. We all know that England is like a little hub of racistness. That's a fact. So for some of us who are brown and black, like myself, yeah, we wonder, what does the fucking future hold? The future is always going to be bright, people. We've always got to understand the pagan boys are always going to be there. It's something which we have to work around and not go to. Don't go in the fire. Don't do it. I'm telling you, people, do not do it. We put a lot of time and effort into workplaces. We respect them, and some of us spend more time at work than you spend at your own ass. Be planning, sort out your future, plan to go on holidays, do stuff with the money which you can look back at and say, I enjoyed that. That was a good investment. I invested in a super setup while I was working. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of my content videos, but I invested in this setup, yeah, and I do not regret anything. Yeah, I knew the time was going to come one time when they were going to say, oh, we haven't got any work. And I was like, but we've discussed this already and you told me such and such. So your word of mouth means nothing, you know? And I've met so many individuals like that. And the worst thing is that I've got their phone number. They got my phone number. I just block them instantly. I don't give them a chance to be chatting shit to me after. Oh, well, it's not like that. And, hopefully we can stay in contact and stay in contact. You couldn't even get an email address from me, mate. I don't allow people to do things to me which I would not do to others, which might be taking away an opportunity or doing something which looks like foul fucking play. No, don't do that. This is 2025 going into 2026. Do you get it? You got to play by rules which people play towards you. So I play hardball. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys are probably listening to me thinking, boy, he's right, like you have got to play it how it is, because when everything is all done, what do you need your old workplace for? A reference. You can get a reference from anybody. Yeah. Don't have to be your old workplace. It's just facts. I've understood that sometimes people put you in positions because it's to do with like statistics and stuff. I've been a supervisor, yeah, for a building which was a residential building. It was one of the last 9 to 5 jobs what I had. Residential building, and it was for billionaires, yeah. Don't really speak about this because at the time I signed an NDA and stuff like that, so just couldn't talk about it and shit. Anyway, working for these people, doing everything I fucking can to sort out the problems inside the buildings, try and be as professional as I can, turning up, speaking to people, just being the best version I can. And grinding on my gears was the words that I always heard. When I spoke to someone else who worked there, they told me, before you come, we used to do fuck all. We used to go to the cafe for a couple of hours and sit down. I never left that building. I only left that building one time for like, I used to leave it for lunch sometimes. And used to go outside and sit by the riverbank. It's in Chelsea. Some of you lot might have seen some of my videos around there. I used to sit back, and then people would call me, oh, we've got a problem. When are you going to come back to the building? It's only when I sat with someone else and I asked them, what did you do before? And I realized, rah, all this shit is directed at me. Do I get angry? Do I get annoyed? Do I allow them to let them see that they've pressed my fucking buttons? Or do I start strategically planning to leave this bitch? We chose the latter, leaving all the time. Yeah? Because you can't always make a situation better for yourself. You could avoid it, move around it, and not let it judge you. I wasn't going to let that situation bring me down. Big up Don in the chat now. I'm going to read out the message in a bit, Don. I have seen it. Thank you. So it brought me to the point to say, you know what? Us as like the younger generation, the other people who seeing stuff in real time, we ain't falling for these old school stupid tricks. Like, if I ask, how comes you're doing that to me and not nobody else? And the answer is like a stupid answer. You played yourself, my boy. Like DJ Khaled said, you've played yourself. And even me wanting to stay at that job because of the money. The money wasn't amazing. I made more money doing less hours at different jobs, but it was just the environment. It's a nice environment to work in. You thought to yourself, "Oh, you're uptown, innit?" But I'm in Chelsea, billionaires. Yeah, this can't get any better. I'm eating exotic fruit. I'm going to the finest. We getting the finest pastries what you've ever put your little lips on. Do you get it? Finest. We're not talk none of that Greg's nonsense. We're eating fine dining in the morning. I'm finding fruits in Chelsea which I've never seen before, but I'm searching them because I got time for that type of shit. That's what type of environment I was in at the point. And I thought, "Do you know what? Being the only black guy here, I know that people are judging me. I know that I've got to work 3 times as hard as you fools because the eyes seem to be on me when I'm inside the workplace." And that's happened to me many a times. I've even felt like I feel obliged to do a bit more. But I know I'm doing more than the people I work with. It's like carrying the force. And when they're ready, the force will get rid of you. So, what? We just do it by management. We manage the force ourselves. I manage the force myself and only give them certain amount because you give, and there's nothing to take, and they just take the job from you when they're ready. You know, it's not cool, it's not good, but it forces us to go down other routes, people. Yeah, the other routes I would say is get yourself some further education in something which you feel is going to start to take off. Take time to be able to do the due diligence and research. See, like I've been seeing for ages, cybersecurity jobs paying big dough. Don't really know a lot about it, but I know it just pays good dough, right? Because everything is online. Educating yourself with qualifications which you know lead up to solid jobs. Like me being in the trade, yeah, I know that having a qualification like an NVQ or a MVQ level 2 or MVQ level 3, that's going to put you into a solid place of work because they just need people. They just need people. Yeah, people are retiring. That spinning role of keeping people at work is ending. And like I said to you, the average person stays in there 4 years. So those 4 years spin around very quick. Don't waste your time. Build your skills. Build your empire. Your empire is not going to be built by the workplace. Sometimes your workplace is not even going to help you get that new rent, get that new car. Thank you, Don. Shout out Don in the chat. He's saying you're speaking absolute facts. Big up, my bro. Big yourself up, man. Yeah, look, you see, like when we talk about work and shit like that, yeah, I've been let go. I've been, oh yeah, today's gonna be your last day. I don't let that bother me. I've understood that it's hindered my plans to do certain things, but it's always made me think, move off of your gut reaction. If I can find better employment wherever I am, I will do because it makes it easier for me. We hold no loyalty to any of these people, you know. Yeah. Don said something interesting, which was Generation X of black professionals in London are here and they're grossing. Actually, going on with the racist comments. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna touch it quickly just because Don said it. Right. You see, like young black professional people, yeah, we are wisening up quicker than what people think and not having this disrespect when it comes to us working 2 times harder or 3 times harder, or even having to fight and please people and act super submissive towards other people inside the workplace or subservient towards them just because we're trying to get a check. A lot of people have got a lot more respect for themselves. They've realized that everybody doesn't get treated like this inside the workplace, and it's not right at the end of the day. You know, don't get me wrong. I see people kissing ass all the time, yeah. But kissing ass and being subservient towards other people, it shocks me a lot of times, you know. One last thing I want to tell you before I go, yeah. I worked at a YMCA and made this story already. So I couldn't care who hears my stories because you shouldn't do that shit if you don't want it to be found out. Do you get it? Because it's fuck about and find out time all the time. Right. I used to work at a YMCA, and I came across this African guy, yeah, and he used to work for the YMCA as a cleaner, which nothing wrong with that, like work is work. Um, he started working with the maintenance team, which I kind of found that out because when I asked certain questions about health and safety, or said to them, you shouldn't do that. You should wear a mask. You should do. They didn't have an understanding about it. So any people that I'm working, I just tell them the truth, man. Like, it don't matter what color they are. Like, I'm like, look, this is for your protection. I would wear a mask because there's a lot of particles and da. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, no problem. I'm just being me, right? That being said, I got to knowing these people for a while because I was there for a little bit, right? And when I found out that the supervisor who was the cleaner was actually taking money and asking for these boys hours week by week because she was doing tax evasion. That's right. She was doing all types of social stuff, what she should not be doing. When this woman saw me when I walked in first time, yeah, she was like, "Oh, hi, where are you from?" I'm like, "Where am I from? What's it got to do with you? What do you mean, where am I from? What are you talking about?" And then from me started speaking straight. She could tell I was proper English. So I don't know if you really want to do this today, lovey. But what I saw was like, I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe that someone was taking money off someone in those circumstances at a workplace openly and just like saying to them, "What's your hours? Because I need to take my cut off the top." What do you mean you're cut off the top? What do you think? Did you think you are Capone? Is this tax the people time? But what? I made a video about that and that got a lot of views. Maybe because of the way how I was talking about the people, but I was just being myself. I was being honest. I couldn't believe that people actually do that. I'd never seen that before, all in my 21 years of work. I try not to work at places like that because, yeah, you get to meet some fucked up characters which might not have any um respect for others, man. Just they're normal people. They get up. These people were telling me they were commuting all the way from Peckham to Haringey. So they'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get the bus. And these people are still taxing you. It's disgusting, but you know what? It is what it is. It's not something that I feel is cool, man. But the workplace breeds some people with disgusting attitudes towards others. Like I said to you, people view people like ants. I told you this before. So I don't script any of my video. I just reel this off. But I want you to know that these types of conversations are on my mind all the fucking time. You know, why are people not staying in jobs? Why can't people hold it down? It's not about the individual. A lot of the time, it's been about the workplaces, whether if you're fit for them. You can understand with my vocalness of not being a fit for all workplaces, but guess what? I don't fucking care. I do not care. Yeah. I be cordial, respectful. I turn up on time. I give my all. I speak to people how they speak to me. But sometimes that's not enough because people want more out of you. They want the sweat off your back. They want the clothes off your back. They don't want you to be living a nice lifestyle when you're not at work. They don't want you to be doing better things when you're not there. My advice to all of you guys, do not share your personal life. Do not share anything about yourself with any of the pagan boys and gal. Don't share it. Once you know people are dopesies, do not engage. Abort mission. One more time. Abort the brass clerk mission. Abort it. Forget it. I can only say to you that we're in a time of change, innit? You get with the change, or you kind of like get left behind. It happens. We've seen it. It's been documented. The statistics are online. If anybody don't want to believe my video, 90,000 people. So that's bigger than a stadium. All gone. Boop. Jobs gone. Everything. Security. You look after yours. Don't rely on them. I stopped relying on them. My health got better. I'm joking. I stopped relying on workplaces because I've realized that I've put a lot into a lot of workplaces. You know, I've helped. I had a job one time and I drove to Norwich to work and I live in London. I stayed at my brethren's house, who's a football player. Yeah. Big up Bradley Johnson. If you know, you know. I stayed at his house while I was working and I thought, I'm doing too much for work. I live in London and I'm in Nottingham to go and do some work because I told the guy I work with, I got friends that play for the, and he said, could you go up and do this bathroom and all that? I'm not getting paid any extra at this time. Same wages, same thing. This is what I'm saying about people pleasing people sometimes. Don't be that person, innit? Understand. I say these things because I want people to learn from my fucking mistakes. That was a mistake, red flag for me. Because I don't work there now. I don't have nothing to do with them. But I would do extra favors, go above and beyond. Reframe, my people. Reframe and subscribe. That's all you need to do. Subscribe. Yeah? Latest YouTube channels coming back, yeah, with real talk for real people. Make sure you're subbed up, guys, man, because I'll be dropping these lives anytime. Yeah? Real conversations with Mr. London Plumber. Like, share, and subscribe. Why jobs are not forever anymore in the UK. I need to get one of them clipboards so I can do that shit. Anyway, I'm out. Have a great day, people. Don't let this video thing. You've got so much potential within you. Believe me. Believe in yourself. Do the things you need to do to build. Understand the house is not built overnight. You're trying to build a house, build a home. It's not built overnight. Lay your foundations. Understand these little ain't gonna help. Yeah, so let's stop looking at them for anything. Have a great day though, and keep smiling as well. Because you know what? It's your day. It's your time. I'm out.